Bro, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love a lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the sun is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say no, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle love without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let it top, and shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on her. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on her. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on her. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, to the nice end. Yeah, yeah, to the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love is all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Silver Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good and it's the best side. I remember.
Welcome to episode 100 of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. First things first, gotta thank everybody out there because we don't get to 100 episodes without people watching, without people supporting, without you guys that are making the podcast possible. So, big shout out to all of you that have been following us, especially the people that have been following us since episode 1. That shit means everything, so we appreciate you. But the boys are here for episode 100, the big triple digits. It's Tycho, the Wanderer, and McDilly. Snoop Luke's MIA right now, but at the same time, it's Snoop Luke. So we could end up joining halfway through the podcast anyway without any of us knowing. So we have no idea. But I'm not the only one here. There's 2 other of the boys here. Let's bring them in here right now. They're ready to be here. I know they're excited, just like me.
Hey, yo.
Yes, sir. Episode 100. It's been a long time coming. We've come a long way from episode 1, that's for sure, when we were all gathered around a laptop. But we've come a long way, and we've got a long way to go. And I'm excited for what the future holds with Six Pack coverage and Ride the Tide Sports Podcast in the future. I do want to give a sneak peek real quick. We're going to be doing some more things when it comes to college football this season. As we approach the college football season, we're going to be traveling to a couple different colleges. One of them may or may not be Texas A&M. In week 3 of the college football season, I might be setting something up there. But Michigan State, Central Michigan, local places. We're going to be out there giving out some free merchandise. So make sure you guys catch us those games when it comes to college football season. You're going to want to be out there seeing Ride the Tide Sports Podcast and getting in on those that video content, But we got some stuff to talk about today. So Ride the Tide Sports Podcast 100th episode will kick off with some puck because the NHL draft just took place, and we also had some signings. Dylan, shut your mouth. They still got a ways to go. But
We won the draft!
We're gonna start off with a trade, and that is DeBrincat was traded to the Senators by the Blackhawks Does this start the Blackhawks unfolding of Patrick Kane and possibly Jonathan Toews as well? What do you? I mean, where do you think that's at? Oh, we got him.
I
First
told
segment,
you.
and he made it. We'll go
I
right
told
back.
you, Poppin'.
We'll pretend like it's the beginning still. Ride the Tide Sports 100th episode. Luke, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm here. I made it. Didn't think I was going to make it, but I'm here.
Well, we're glad you're here. Well, the 100th episode goes on. First thing we were talking about, I told him we were starting with the puck. DeBrincat being traded to the Senators from the Blackhawks. This was the first thing that really caught my eye when I was looking at the things that were happening on the draft. And then we'll talk about the first overall pick and whatnot. But starting with the DeBrincat trade, how do we feel this went down? And do you think, like I said, the question I was asking before Luke, right, just joined right away, is this the beginning of the unfolding of the Chicago Blackhawks?
Yeah, I believe the unfolding already started. But this is where we're going to get into the fucking meat of the team, and everyone's just going to start getting sold.
Am I allowed to say that I'm excited for this? Just as a
You're
Red Wings
definitely
fan.
allowed to say that.
Okay,
I don't want
I'm-
to see Patrick
I'm
Kane
ex-
wearing a Blackhawks jersey anymore.
I'm excited for this.
I'm selfish.
because, in my opinion, it's been a long time coming. You know, you guys have been good for a pretty long time. But last year, they did not have a good year. So I almost would probably go off of what Luke said. I think last year was the first year that they really – you could even make an argument the year before, but I think last year was the first year that you could see that they were not a really contender. They were kind of on the downfall. Now I think they're just going to commit to that downfall, and hopefully the Blackhawks get a rebuild like the Red Wings did, and now when we start to be good for the next couple of years, they can be shit, because that would feel really good in my heart. Jesse?
Couldn't have said it better myself, but at the end of the day, it's definitely looking like that rebuild kicking the old dogs out is about to happen. Or they're just going to leave on their own because it ain't looking good. They can't contend. Shit.
No, the Blackhawks aren't going to be contending for nothing anytime soon. That's definitely for sure. So this is, I believe, the next step is to get rid of Patrick Kane, and I think
But what's DeBrincat going to do in Ottawa? Ottawa isn't shit either.
it's going to help Ottawa rebuild. Come on, that was a smart trade. They could have drafted someone and waited 3 years, or they could have gotten DeBrincat, traded their pick, and had someone that's proven to be good in the NHL now. So that's what they did. Next up, the Penguins signed a deal with Chris Letang. Dylan, what are the details on this bad boy?
The details on this Chris Letang deal is that there was a lot of rumors about if Chris Letang was going to stay a Penguin or if not, but they decided to lock his ass up for a 6-year, $6.1 million deal. Essentially, Chris Letang is now a Penguin for the rest of his life, because after this 6-year deal, looking at his age, he will no longer be in the NHL. So I think this is good if you're the Penguins, because you not only don't have to pay him a shit ton of money, but you got Chris Letang for the rest of his career. So how do we feel about this? Luke? Oh, you're muted.
I don't know why that was muted, but it's huge for the Penguins because they're kind of grasping on a late push before their big stars really move on from their team and move out of hockey. And they're trying to prevent that from happening. But, if you do that for too long, you're going to fuck yourselves. Ask the Red Wings.
That's facts.
So did they still haven't signed Malkin, right? Malkin's going to be a free agent.
He is, yeah.
They haven't signed him yet?
It doesn't look like they're gonna either.
Okay. Because they just signed this massive deal, so I'm like, well, you're not giving all that money to Malkin, obviously, so where's he going to end up? Interesting. Very interesting. We have to spend a lot of money on that. The Red Wings have to spend a lot of money. That's all I'm saying. Next up, Fleury also signs a 2-year contract to stay in Minnesota. He will be the goalie, one of the 2 goalies in Minnesota at least, for at least the next 2 years. So I think this is good for Minnesota. Obviously, I think that they planned on signing him to an extension after they traded for him. I think that was probably part of the whole plan. and it makes a lot of sense. Now you got two solid goalies, and I think that's exactly what they were going for.
Couldn't have said it better.
But now we'll move on to the NHL draft. The number one overall pick projection for 2 years was Shane Wright. But Shane Wright did not go number one overall when it came to the NHL draft. The number one overall pick was Slavkovsky.
Fucking goofs.
This man just stole the spotlight from Shane Wright, who fell to the Seattle Kraken at number 4, which is why in the beginning of this podcast you heard Dylan say that they won the draft. Dylan, give us more on the NHL draft.
We did win the draft, and here's why I feel like we did win the draft. It's very apparent that there was only one guy that I knew going into the draft, and that was Shane Wright. So I was like, okay, he's going to be the one, and then I'm not going to know anybody else. That was my entire anticipation. Number 1 goes off into Slavkovsky. Okay, I didn't really know him, but what I did know is watching the draft, everybody that was wearing a Canadiens jersey was acting how the Knicks did when they picked Porzingis. Like, what are we doing? What the fuck? They were not happy. They were pissed because I believe that they all wanted Shane Wright. So I know that all Canadiens fans were not happy about it, which then made me a little more, okay, he'll probably go to 2. Okay, he didn't go to 2 because then the Devils came in and they drafted Simon Nemec, who is like one of the best defensemen, I believe, in the draft. Yes, he is one of the best defensemen. 18-year-old Slovakian defenseman, to be exact. Then number 3 goes. He wasn't projected to go 3 anyway, so I didn't really pay attention to it because I knew Seattle was at number 4. Seattle comes on the clock. They take Shane Wright at number 4. Shane Wright stares down the Canadiens, and then that's the whole story. But now I'm excited because it looks like there's somebody that in a couple of years is going to be a great, not even a couple of years, this motherfucker is going to be on the roster probably this year. And then when they play the Canadiens, the Devils, and the Coyotes, all 3 this year, all 3 teams that passed up on him, he plays all 3 of them this year. Start the Shane Wright revenge tour right fucking now, because if I'm a Kraken fan, I got something to be excited about. Yay! That's all we fucking wanted last year. But now, there's nobody else that I heard talked about or was like a bigger steal in the draft that would led me to believe that the Kraken didn't win the draft. So that's why I believe we did. Luke, how do you keep muting yourself?
I don't know. I'm not hitting the mute button, so
That's what I'm
I don't know
saying.
why it's getting muted. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You don't really win the draft based off one player because there are a lot of rounds, and if you fuck up those picks, it makes your one pick. Okay, you had one good pick, but if you didn't do anything with your other picks, I mean, oh well. But it's huge for them because they got a fucking steal, I would say, because he is good. He also stared down the Canadiens, or what it looked like he had a aggressive stare down for a couple of seconds at the Montreal Canadiens when he was up on stage.
Yeah, I like that. It's like, you had the one pick and you really didn't pick me, fucking idiots. All right, but as long as he doesn't Aaron Rodgers this shit up and says, "Oh, they're gonna regret it," and then he just can't.
You need Seattle make some moves so they can actually have people to play with, for him to play with.
Oh yes, 100%. Part 1 is build a bottom. We have a piece, okay? That's all we fucking needed. We just needed one, and now we can start to build. So I think this is good, though. I think it's a good domino that needed to fall.
You fucked up the expansion draft.
God, did we fuck that up?
Gotta do something. Gotta have at least one good draft somewhere.
You guys needed to fucking recover after that. So you know what? I think it was almost like God's gift. Like, here, you royally effed that first draft where you had all these
so
good players available, and then we'll give you Shane Wright. But coming up next, we have NBA news. So, Jesse, I'm going to bring you back in here once I see you, but I don't see you, so I'm going to wait till I see you. But NBA news, first things first, we got Summer League rings. This is something that has never been done before, and it's extremely extra. But I do have an image, so I'm going to pull it up here. Yeah. Summer League champions now get rings. What?
Like this.
How do
like this
you
is-
guys feel about this?
Okay, the ring is sick. It's cool. You get
It
something.
is really cool.
You get something to show that you commemorate that you won, other than just like saying you won the summer league. I get that. That is the point, but I don't think you should be given something that nice, that prestige,
Really,
like a
over the
championship
top.
ring for beating a team with half nobodies on every single team. I don't think that there should be a ring handed out to the winner. Maybe if you want to make it like everyone gets their own little trophy type shit because they won, I get it. This just seems like it's such a okay. You won the summer league, that's good for you. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's the biggest deal to where we need championship rings.
I think it's like
Not
it
really
makes
cool.
it more. Maybe they're trying to make it more competitive.
Okay. That yes, I guess. But at the same
It's not
time,
like I don't think it's not like it's gonna be a personalized team ring, like just the summer league champion ring.
that's I was gonna say what we saw on the front is gonna be all the fuck it says probably. It's just the 2022 summer league. Or
Yeah, probably not. They're probably not even that expensive of rings.
that's the one thing I need to know. If you're spending a stupid amount of money on these rings, I'm even less for it. But if it's not that much money, then okay, I get it. It creates excitement. It makes it more competitive, and on top of it, they look cool. So I mean, I get that. I get that from the the marketing perspective and like from probably the NBA's look at it. But from a fan, if I'm looking at the end of the summer league, maybe it's a reason I'll watch the playoffs. Oh, let's see who gets the ring. and at the same time, the only thing I thought about that was really a positive in my head when I first saw it is I'd love to see a photo with Jaden Ivey and the Pistons with a bunch of rings. I don't care. Just the fact that they're wearing rings, their championship rings, it's going to bring a fucking smile to my face. So
You want the Pistons to at least be a champion somewhere.
I just want to see somebody in Detroit with a ring. That's really it, bro. I just want it to simplify it. But I do want to talk about this because I was texting the group chat the other day, and I didn't even realize that I was texting it at 2 a.m., but that's what time the game was happening. So let me just start off by saying this. First, the Rockets and the Pistons played in a summer league game the other day. It was the first summer league game. It was an amazing game. I'll get into the game, but I just have to say this. First things first. Why the fuck did they start the game at midnight? It was in Vegas. I was like, okay, they got to be international or something, right? If the game started at midnight. No, it's in Las Vegas. I had to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch the end of a summer league game just because I cared about the Pistons. Why the fuck are we starting summer league games?
You know why?
We don't even care about at midnight.
Because it was 9 o'clock there. They're like, you know what? It's the Pistons and the Rockets. We got to get another game in. But, like, who's really going to watch besides Pistons fans? If they want to stay up, they can stay up. But we're not going to air that in the middle of the day.
I didn't even realize it until at the end of the first quarter, and I was like, it's 1 a.m. What the fuck? Am I watching a rerun right now? Oh, wait, it's live. Oh, wait, I didn't understand. But
Cool game time.
But getting into the game, first quarter I watched was the most fun I've had watching Piston basketball in 3 years. No problem saying it. I watched Duran throw 2 lobs. I watched Ivy throw the first lob to him. I watched Ivy ball out pretty well. I watched Beef Stew play his role. I watched Duran play his role. I watched good defense. I watched good offense. I couldn't be pissed off at all. And that's the big thing. I couldn't be mad at watching this game. So I know it's Summer League, and I know we made the whole argument about what Summer League is in the last podcast, but at the same time, I'm allowed to be excited, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You can be happy.
I feel like we are allowed to have this hope because I liked 100% what I saw from the Pistons last game, and I'm going to be watching again when they play the Wizards tonight. So let me just ask you this, Jesse, because here's my question that I want to get into. Do you think that Duran is going to be a big lob threat in this league? Because after just watching that game, I think that there's a lot of people on our team that can throw lobs.
He's
Duran,
a tall boy and he's big. He's definitely going to be a lob threat.
I don't think anybody was talking about that, but I think that's something that's going to be talked about. He's going to be perimeter threat.
People aren't thinking about it right now, but I just want him to put on a little bit of muscle.
Yeah, that's the only thing that
Little bit of
people are
muscle.
saying. Little muscle never hurts, especially when you're.
But I mean, when you're that tall, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
He's got more muscle than Chet. That's what matters. Chet ain't got no goddamn muscle. But another man that made a summer league debut.
Paulo was baller.
I was just about to say we got to touch on Paulo real quick because he made his summer league debut and he was splashing. I think that he had a great debut. I believe that his official stat line was 17 points that he dropped. I can fact check myself right now.
They won't regret taking him
Yes.
at number 1.
17 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. I think that he played well. And Jabari Smith, he didn't really counter. I know that this was a situation of I had deja vu watching this game, if I'm being honest. You watched the first pick against the pick that was supposed to be the one. Reminds you a lot of Jalen Green, who thought he should be the one, and Cade Cunningham versing off. And who won the Summer League battle? The one, Paulo. It was, you know what I mean, from last year? It was very, very, like, deja vu, kind of. So I just thought that was very interesting that the Rockets go 0-2 on their fucking battles in Summer League with their picks.
Oh, yeah.
But the last guy I want to talk about, because I think he had the most impressive performance out of all the people, was Benedict Mathurin. I mean, he came into the Pacers, and I think he's going to have a higher role than all these other rookies that are coming on here, because when you look at Indiana, he's going to have the least amount of help, in my opinion, because when I look at him, Brogdon's gone, Sabonis is gone. He really is that guy. I mean, you have Miles Turner, but he's just going to be a defense threat. So I think that Benedict is going to have to be that main guy offensively, and he started off by putting up 23 in his Summer League debut, and honestly, he looked like he was been in the league for a couple years, to be honest. He was chilling. I think a lot of times in Summer League, you'll see 15, 17 points. That's probably that range when you first get like a drop, or 13 if they're having a bad game, like how Cade did last year. But normally, anytime someone comes in shooting over 60%, dropping 23 points, that's pretty rare, because that's really comfortable for someone that just comes right into their first
Yeah,
summer.
that is mad comfortable.
Mm-hmm. So I think that Benedict is going to be probably one of the most talked about rookies. I think he's going to be the Scotty Barnes of next year. That later pick, that he's going to be an MVP or Rookie of the Year conversation later in the year. I agree. I mean, not agree. I really think that. I agree. You didn't fucking say anything.
You're like, damn, Dylan, you right. Hell yeah, you right.
I'm like, damn, how you come up with this shit, man?
Good man. Harden should have taken a pay cut because he ain't worth the money he was getting paid anyways.
Good. I'm glad that he knows it. He took his 2 years. He took a $15 million pay cut, which that's a lot of strip club money, James. I'm just saying that's a lot of strip club money that I know that you need. But
He's
hey,
done with the strip clubs.
oh yeah, okay. He lost the weight and now what? He's done with the strip clubs. That's how it works. But
Who the fuck is that guy?
$15 million. I'll tell you what. I'm glad he knows his worth.
He's
And
but
he's gonna get that 15 mil.
I wonder what he already got his bit. He already got his contract. 76ers are gonna have to pick up somebody though. I don't know if they got all the pieces. But Joel was hurt. Harden was playing whack as hell. So we'll see
He's got
what
Maxey.
happens as the year goes on. Let's see if that $15 million was worth it.
I think Maxey. He's gonna have to be that underrated baller next year. He's gonna have to step up a little bit. I'm just saying.
The man Dame got paid.
And then that's yeah. I mean, at the same time, Dame should be making this money. Let's just. I mean, okay. Did
Loyalty.
was Dame gonna go anywhere? No, because every year we're at the point where we're not gonna play this game with ourselves anymore. He's gonna stay in Portland. He's gonna get fucking paid. So let's just keep him in Portland and let's see the contract. That's exactly what happened. So Damian Lillard is going to be making $63 million in 2026, 2027. I don't know why that's the first thing that I read, because that doesn't have to do with the next couple of years. That has to do with 2026 and 2027.
He got a $22 million contract extension.
Boom. 2-year, $122 million deal max from Dame. I don't think that anyone didn't think he was going to get the max. At least I did. So now Dame's going to be over there, and he's going to get to pair up with Jeremy Grant. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Jeremy go to Portland, or did Jeremy go? Yes, he's going to get the team up with Jeremy Grant in Portland.
I didn't know he went to Portland.
Yes, Jeremy went to Portland, I believe.
I know they got Gary Payton II. He'll probably come off the bench.
Yes, okay. He is fucking the Trailblazers. But
That's a nice pickup for them.
were you not here?
No, I was in no service land.
Well, let me just ask you real quick, because it is Detroit, so it's a big deal. I mean, yeah. Okay.
What did we get for him? Did we get anything, or did he walk away?
We got picks. No players.
Yeah, I had no idea. This happened while I was gone.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting ESPN
I'm trying to go
notification.
to the trade details of my fucking phone real quick. Just
Well,
so that
you can give me that on the side.
That's true. That's a different story for a different day. But moving on, I believe that is all the NBA news that we have today, unless Tyler pops something up on the screen.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Taking a quick break in the action here to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. Make sure you guys check out sixpackcoverage.com because, hey, that's where you find our podcast as well as other sports, finance, food, travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts for your own personal needs. You know, whatever you're into, hop on there, check it out. Sixpackcoverage.com also has a shop where you can shop for all your favorite six-pack coverage wants and needs like flags and t-shirts, including the Ride the Tide t-shirt, which is out now. Be sure to check out sixpackcoverage.com today.
Oh my God, it went right to me. I was so hoping that it was going to go to anyone but me, and it went right to goddamn me. But of course, I'm okay with it because we got the MLB update, and we are packed with the MLB update today. That's not a good amount of news to Tyler, so I'm ready. Jesse, if you want to hop back in here, you can hop right back in here because I know that your commentary for baseball is actually quite fucking fantastic.
Why, thank you, sir. Why, thank you.
You are.
Baltimore,
They did
man.
it again, bro. They
The thing.
fucking did it
The
again.
thing.
So, I did the research because I got curious. I went, okay, Baltimore now has 3 walk-offs past 5 games. How many walk-offs is that? It's 9. They somehow do not have the most in the league. The Yankees have 10. They have 1 more. But I got even more curious because I went, okay, they've been hot. What is their record?
They're 41-44.
Correct. They're 3.5 games out of the wild card. Here's what sucks. They could be in any other division in the AL, and they'd be in a good spot. They're in last place, and they are 3 games under 500 because Toronto is 6 games over 500, along with Boston. Then Tampa's 7, and the Yankees are 61-23. I mean, that's just how I'm going to put it. The Yankees are
They're in a tough division.
They're on their shit right now. So if they were in any other division in baseball, the Orioles would be a strong wild card contender. The only reason I can't say they are is because if they do break that wild card mold, they're going to be in there with Toronto and Boston, who are right above them in the division. So it's literally gonna fuck them either way. But
They probably won't get there.
But Baltimore, I'm excited for this team, bro, because they're winning. They're gonna finish 500.
I'm gonna get a Cedric Mullins jersey. Fuck you mean?
Seriously, and he's one of the most exciting players. And Baltimore is honestly, they find ways to win. They do what Detroit needs to learn how to do, and that's just find ways to win.
They have a decent pitching staff, but their guys get hits when it matters a lot.
Exactly, 100%. And I think that Baltimore is going to be a team that
You put some goddamn respect on these Detroit Tigers. You just say they need to figure out how to win, and they're on a 7-game heater. I am disrespectful.
They're on a 7-game heater, but yet they're still the worst current team in the American League. So
That is also not true.
Not record-wise.
Lies on top of.
We're third to the bottom.
Oh, we're third. Okay, I'm sorry. But what I meant by that was essentially is even though there's progress that's happening, it's hard to get excited.
I'm not getting excited because we're still 11 games under 500, but like, I'm happy. I'm very satisfied, especially since they got that one home run. Because we won 8-2, right? 7-2.
Yeah.
And they only got a run in the beginning, and then our relief pitching kind of got a little scary at the end, but it wasn't anything dramatic because we were out by so much. But like, our relief pitching actually has the third best opponent averages in the MLB.
Justy, if we had an offense that all year even just hit like a regular offense,
we can't hit.
We would be a playoff contender because our bullpen is going stupid. They have been on their head with injuries and so much bullshit and have just been consistent. What's sad is over these 7 games win streak that the Tigers had, it was the first time since 2018 that we had 5 straight games that we scored more than 5 runs. Only 5.
So can we say that the bats woke up, or can we not say that?
I
Well,
want to,
they
but
said
the
they
refusing to
only
believe
person
that.
hot is Mickey
And then-
and Grossman.
Then how are we getting
That.
7 runs if we have 2
Hit
guys
Harold.
that are hitting? What do you
I
mean?
need this 8th game. I need it. I know it's asking a lot, but if I get this 8th game, they got me.
Give you 10.
He said, I
If
need
they
this
give me 10,
lock.
that would put us at like
Then it's the Riley Green effect. Because right now, I think it's still the Riley Green effect. I mean, motherfucker comes in, we start winning games. All right.
I mean, here's
now we won 7 in a row.
you want to know why it's the Riley Green effect? Because if we're being honest with the players we have on our team, there is no reason Riley Green should come out and appear as the best player on our team.
Oh, he's second best.
But people are coming at it like he's the best player on the team from the outside looking in. Not like baseball people, but like
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's probably because who else, if you're a casual baseball fan, in terms of like you just go through Instagram and MLB every day, what Tiger are you seeing consistently all year? Or any
Riley Green.
You're seeing Riley Green. You're not gonna see anybody else because no one else is doing anything.
If I'm Scope, if I'm Candelario, I'm sitting here like, bruh, I'm Candelario. I was leading the league. I led the league in doubles last year.
Yep.
And now you're calling this Riley Green kid better than me?
And he can't hit 250 this year.
I got to step my game up. Everybody's stepping their game up because the young guy's coming in and he's showing out. He's doing what he can, even though he went 0 for 4 with the strikeouts. We could talk about that.
I appreciate you, Zach. You come to a lot of these podcasts, you tune in. We appreciate you.
But like, I like how it's looking. It looks like we turned it around. But you know who turned around a little too much?
Nah, he didn't. This is bullshit. This is the worst call I've fucking seen all year. All year.
I didn't see it. I didn't see him
my God.
feel like it was a ball. I didn't feel like it was worth the ball.
I know he is.
A point to the pitcher. It's a balk! That's a walk-off balk! And the Reds win!
Now, for those of you who don't know, to balk, you got to be set. If you notice, he was never set. He was still in his motion to where he can do this for all the fuck he wants. If he's like this, he can do whatever the fuck he wants when he's like this. Once you come set, you cannot huff, you cannot puff, you cannot reload like that.
A point.
He was never set. He was never set.
Fucking bullshit. Fucking missed a bet because of that shit.
You did? I literally feel bad for. Oh my God. You missed a bet off that shit?
That's a hard knock life, Luke.
Nah, I couldn't. Because that's not even a buck. But, anyways, the fact that this man did not even come set, he can do whatever he wants. So there's no rule that states how that's a balk because he wasn't in set position. If you want to take the foot off the rubber, that's how you do pickoffs. Foot off the back of the rubber, this. He moved his foot before he was even in set position. Watch, that's all he did. He just stepped off the mound. How is that a balk? Just wanted to fucking go home. That is a horrible call. That is a fucking horrible call. He stepped off before he was even set. Shitty call.
I got nose.
It was a shitty call, and that was an absolute horrible way to end the game. But the Reds continue to win games off of bullshit. This is like the third game I've watched them win this year. That was just bullshit. Didn't we just cover how they won off a hit by pitch? Oh, no, that was Baltimore. I was going to say. I almost got really mad for a second. But speaking of getting really mad for a second, there's a pitcher. Yeah. Chris Sale's back in the minors. And the equipment knows it too.
See,
well, if anything you guys know about Chris Sale, it's he's got a bit of an anger problem. I don't know if the meme videos of him smashing Gatorade coolers or the 60-game suspension that he got for the shit that he said or the other suspension that he got for his actions maybe showed any of this in the past, but he has an anger problem. And the problem with Chris Sale is I don't think he can come to terms with the fact that he is currently on a downfall in his career. Now, the big question a lot of people are probably asking themselves, why did he do this? Here's why. Chris Sale came into the game off of a relief pitching appearance when there was one batter on first base. He came in, first batter got a hit, first and second. He then walked the next two batters, which would force the run to be walked in, got pulled after that run walked in, walked to the locker room, and did what you saw. This was all because he walked in a run in a rehab start in minor league A-ball. Chris, it's not that fucking deep, buddy.
You want to know why it's so deep to him?
He's acting like this walk is going to break him.
Because it did break him. It did break him. He's like, I can't put it where I want it to fucking go. To the point where I can't even strike out a fucking A-League hitter. And coach didn't even think he could do it either. He's like, he's gonna walk somebody else in. We can't have this happen again. And he was like, damn, I'm really getting into believe me.
Nobody believes him.
Believe me. He played in the major leagues. I'm only down here because I freaking got to recover. And this guy doesn't even think I could.
Man, Chris, it's just a hard not life for Chris.
I mean,
it's a hard not
life. A month and a half ago, was he not pitching phenomenally?
In the beginning of the year, yes, before he got injured. And then ever since he got injured, every rehab start I've seen, it's Chris Sale pitched one inning with 2 walks and allowed 4 hits and got pulled. And I'm like, what the fuck? So something's going on with this injury where either he didn't recover right or his mechanics aren't the right way. I need to watch a Chris Sale start. That's what I need to do. I need to watch a start and just watch how this man pitches, and I will get all the answers I need. I think that's the best way to go about it. Tyler, what do we got next? Because I'm in a different order than you are, and I've realized that. Okay, MLB All-Star Game start was announced. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this now, I'm going to say this loud, and I'm going to say this proud. And the fucking fan vote. Please and thank you, because so many snubs, so much bullshit, and it was all just, hey, I know Ohtani's batting like 200 this year, but we love Ohtani. I want him in the All-Star Game. Like, it's just shit like, I get the All-Star Game to see the people you want to see, but I don't want to see people that aren't performing well this year strike out twice in the All-Star Game. Like, it doesn't do anything. So that's the one thing I just want to get out of the way real quick. But let's run through the All-Star Games real quick, and then we'll get into a couple snubs. Now, starting off with the American League, Alejandro Kirk at catcher, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base, Jose Altuve at second, Rafael Devers at third, Tim Anderson at shortstop, Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, and Giancarlo Stanton make the outfield, and your designated hitter is somehow Shohei Ohtani. National League starters, Wilson Contreras, Paul Goldschmidt at first. Second base is Jazz Chisholm. Third base, Manny Machado. Shortstop should be Dansby Swanson, but it is Trey Turner. And then your outfield is Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, Jock Peterson, and Bryce Harper at designated hitter. So, first things first, Giancarlo Stanton and Shohei Ohtani are only in this all-star starting lineup because their names are Giancarlo Stanton, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, because Stanton is terrible.
He's not hitting well right now.
He's not hitting well at all. And when he does hit, it's like, oh, well, the Yankees haven't been down that much. So, like,
right.
But he gets a lot of hits at times where it's really irrelevant.
Giancarlo Stanton will be up. The Yankees will be up 7-2, and he'll hit the home run to make it 8-2.
Exactly. That's what Giancarlo is great at doing. Did you watch the fucking Pittsburgh game? He homered when it was 14-1 when he was 0 for 4 to make it 16-1. Like, oh, okay, that's the epitome of a Stanton fucking homer. Like, that's what he does now. So those two, I'm just gonna say, are complete snubs.
I mean, Ohtani's been doing nicer from his pitching side, I feel like.
But Ty France is one of the best fucking players in the league right now.
Ty France has been going stupid.
And he's gonna get snubbed over these two?
He did get snubbed. He is definitely snubbed.
He has been, in my opinion, not just the best player on his team, but top 10 in the AL for sure. So I don't think that there's any reason why he shouldn't have made the All-Star game. I'll be honest, most deserving person on this list is Mike Trout, and can't believe I'm saying it, but Jose Altuve. Those two have been yes, Altuve. If you look at his numbers, his average is up. His OBP is up.
Wait. No, I'm confused. Did you just say those are the only people you feel like should be there?
No, I'm saying those are the two most deserving in that lineup.
Oh.
And Kirk. Kirk deserves the fuck out of that shit. He is the best catcher in the American League. So underrated. No one's been talking about him, and I'm super happy for Kirk. Also, and I hate to say this, but I think Vladdy just got in because he's Vladdy. And I'm a Blue Jays fan. I'm the Blue Jays fan, okay?
I feel like Vladdy's been doing good enough.
He has been, but there's a couple other first basemen that I don't want to get too much on Vladdy.
Walsh? Do you think Walsh? Well, Walsh is in there.
Walsh is probably going to be a reserve.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But there's bigger in the National League, in my opinion. Because the biggest, not the biggest snub, but the most just like pisses me off is this is the year I was so excited for my boy Dansby Swanson. I knew he was getting into the All-Star game. He's batting over 300. He's hitting dingers this year. He's getting his ribbies. I love Dansby, and I was so happy that he was going to make the game. Boom. Gets smacked upside the fucking head with Trey Turner. Just because he's a Dodger, and you can make the argument because the numbers are similar, but no. Dansby got snubbed. He got fucking snubbed, and I'm pissed about it because I realized that only reason why Trey Turner got in is because of stolen bases. Wow, that's what they really even their unmatched it out. Now that pissed me off, man. But would you put Trey Turner in over Dansby Swanson? Or who would you put in?
I think Dansby hits better. I feel like the All-Star game, I don't know. I feel like they're taking Trey Turner's speed and fielding into too much equation.
Exactly, and it's more about offense than defense, in my opinion, in the All-Star game. It's more about just getting runs and hitting homers, and I don't think it's more about the pitchers coming out and putting out ace performances.
Yeah, not like Peralta.
Not like Peralta. 100%. And then the fucking actually, now that I think about it, let's touch on it. Should Ronald be an All-Star?
Who?
Not should Ronald be an All-Star. Should Ronald be the main vote getter in the National League for the All-Star team?
Nah, it should have been Mookie. They're hating.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I don't even have to say anything else. I was gonna say Mookie Betts deserved to get that number one. But the last thing I want to touch on real quick in the or not last thing, but the last thing All-Star game related is you're going Player of the Week, but you know what this works. Rob Manfred made two special selections for the All-Star game. These are two players that wear special All-Star selections. That is what Rob Manfred called them. Albert Pujols will be in the All-Star game, and Detroit's own Miguel Cabrera. So Miggy made the All-Star game. Little claps up to Miggy. I absolutely love that. I know that we love that. We're gonna get to see Miggy play in the All-Star game because he fucking deserves it, bro. We know he's only gonna probably be here 2 more years, and this is the year that I don't want to say it's gonna be the fucking best one, but yeah, he's hitting over 300, and the fact that he's still hitting over 300 right now is something that is amazing.
But he's a single machine. I don't care.
That's all we need. We don't need homers from Miggy. That's what Torque was supposed to be here for. That's what Baez was supposed to be here for. They're not fucking doing it, though.
Where that?
They're not fucking doing it.
I mean, like
Scope, Candelario.
they're just inconsistent.
No.
And Miggy is consistent, so give it to him.
Candelario hit one last night.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go.
I was like
There's
inconsistent.
the Candyman.
Do something.
There's the Candyman. But last but not least, player of the week. Tyler just had it right on the screen, and there it is still there. Luis Arraez is your player of the week. This man, I don't know why I haven't really noticed him all year. The man's batting .352 right now, Jesse. He's batting .352. We are almost halfway through the year, so those are some great numbers. But the last week, in his last 31 at-bats, he has 15 hits. He scored 6 times. He's got 2 ribbies. He's batting .452. His on-base percentage is .469. His slugging is .700, and the man has only struck out in his last 8 games. So, Luis Arraez is playing unbelievable. You call him a single machine, you call him a double machine, but all I'm going to call him is an on-base machine because that's what this man can do, and he can get on base by any means necessary. So shout out Luis Arraez.
Fucking ground. You know I'm up, you know I grind. I'm the coolest kid in school that doesn't have a vine. I also saw that means kick ass. Nigga, listen and catch a fucking pass. The Dakota Cougars just muck, we don't ask. JV and Varsity are both gonna kick ass. We are going far, don't ask why. We're gonna eat people up like apple pie. Once again, don't ask, we're gonna go far. Then after our games, we'll muck you over with a car. Shit is getting crazy, shit is gonna get lit, cause everybody
I don't know.
The league sucks dick. You know, that is
So none of us
we can
know.
go
So
all
this
the
is some
way.
Tyler shit.
Don't be hate, cause
I
we
do.
are gonna win states in this shit. We about to go up, not down, cause we'll put your monkey ass on the fucking ground.
Why is this kid swearing? He's like 7.
That's you. It's you.
That's
From
me.
like 5 years ago. It's you.
That's me.
Oh, I'm up, you know I grind. I'm the coolest kid in school that doesn't have a vine. I also saw that
Oh
means
my
kick
God,
ass. Why the fuck can't
it's
nigga listen and catch a fucking pass? The Dakota Cougars just muck, we don't ask. JV and Varsity are gonna pass. We are going far, don't ask why. We're gonna eat people up.
Turn this off.
Turn this shit off.
Why is this kid swearing? He's like 7. It's him.
I didn't know that was me.
Okay.
No recollection of that. I have no recollection of that.
That's amazing.
I do not remember that at all.
Well, that brings us to NFL news, everybody. So,
What the fuck?
anyways,
I was spitting though.
spitting for sure. NFL news, 49ers, Trent Williams has joined the 99 club in Madden. Best in the league, so.
It's no 100 now.
Yeah, but he's the first
This
O-lineman.
is like the
Get
100
it.
club, pretty much. But congratulations to Trent Williams on joining the 99 club. That club is sick. Big post of videos on Twitter all the time, and it's like, damn, that'd be kind of cool. But 49ers, Trent Williams joins the 99 club. Also, the Raiders make a historic hiring.
Don't they always?
They honestly, I can't remember the laundry list of historic hirings that they've had, but they have made a lot of historic hirings. But the Raiders made yet another historic hiring. I'm finding it. Damn. When did you send me that? There we go. Sandra Douglas Morgan will be the first Black woman team president in NFL history for the Raiders, who have made a lot of these kind of moves in the past with their front office and GMs and head coaches and whatnot. But the Raiders make another historic hiring in the NFL, making a Black woman the president. So cool shit. Raiders are good. So
Leveling up.
hopefully she can excel in her position, and we can see more like that. I mean,
I don't know a lot about presidents.
It's got to be.
I don't know a lot about what that position has to do, but you go do that shit. But we do have some new fights announced in the UFC, so we are going to touch on those real quick with Snoop Luke.
I'm talking in guap, now I'm speaking in fluent. When I hit the road, I won't leave till I do it. Acting out of hand, I'm like, be what you doing. We started off good, can't believe that we ruined it, yeah. I tried to fix with a sewing kid, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah.
All right, for the first fight we have Mackenzie Dern going up against. Listen, I'm going to be botching the fuck out of this last name. I'm going to give it my best attempt. Jan Xenen.
Okay. So a nobody. Can I say
Kind
that?
of like October 1st, UFC Fight Night. Yeah, you could say that. But now for the big fight that I am excited for. We have Sean Brady going up against Bilal Muhammad. I've been loving Sean Brady, and I've been loving Bilal
Just
Muhammad.
about to say, that's the problem. Is that they're both on an amazing come up right now. One's 24-1, one's 25-0. So I think that this is going to be an amazing fight.
Brady is 15-0.
15-0.
Muhammad is 21-3. But
yeah,
honestly,
so
early look, I might be taking my boy Bilal Muhammad.
I think this is going to be a hard fight to pick, in my opinion. This is really, when is this scheduled, do you know?
October 22nd. We got time to think.
Okay, that's what I wanted. I was going to say, please don't tell me this is coming out this summer. Okay, good.
Oh, that's going to be a hard one.
But that's going to be a barn burner.
Those are the only fights that have been announced so far.
Ooh-wee. And then also, we got Fight Night tonight. We already reviewed those fights, but just a reminder. Fight Night tonight, baby. Battle of the Raphaels.
Battle of the Raphaels. We'll get into the next segment with some bets because we got the Raphaels.
But now it's time to get into a new segment on Ride the Tide. And I'm going to let Tyler get in here and explain this one.
So this new segment here is Weekend's Best Bets. So on Saturdays, we will have the Weekend Best Bets for you guys. And each one of the boys has selected a game. Hopefully the odds are forever in your favor. But this is how it's going to go. We're just going to go around. We're going to give you guys our pick for the weekend. We'll keep track of it. We'll see, how it goes. We'll do like maybe 50 picks and see where we shape out after 50.
Can't do a lay.
Or see how it goes. No, we're not doing lays. We're just doing single bets. So just throw a single bet out there for the weekend to the people. And this is Weekend's Best Bets. So we will start with Luke. Weekend Best Bets. Here we go.
All right, the best bet I'm seeing for plus 225. Rafael Fiziev by KO/TKO or DQ. Lock it in.
UFC with pick number 1 from Luke for the best bets. Dylan, we go to you. What is your best bet of the weekend?
My best bet of the weekend is actually an MLB game that is going on tonight, and I want you to take the upset. You want to win some money? You're going to take Cincinnati to beat Tampa Bay at home tonight because Hunter Green is on the mound, and Hunter Green is one of the best rookie pitchers in the league. So you're going to actually win some more money by taking the upset on Cincinnati, who's plus 1.5 at home against Tampa Bay tonight.
Jesse, what do you got?
Saucy one for you guys. Got a nice low one. We're going to be taking, you got to put this in quick, Garrett Hill, 5+ strikeouts.
Ooh, the rookie from Detroit.
Going with a player prop. Jesse's best bet of the weekend, Garrett Cole. My best bet of the weekend is actually very, very, very interesting. My best bet of the weekend, I've actually already placed it, is for a 4-11 game, and that is the Tampa Bay Rays minus 1.5 against the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, no.
I am going against Dylan. It is not a coincidence. I made this before the podcast started. And Tampa Bay minus 1.5 is my best bet of the weekend. Dylan, I will see you head-to-head at 4 o'clock.
Why does this
That
happen?
is the best bets
Son of a
from
bitch.
Ride the Tide Sports Podcast.
Hey, you made your bet second. You walked into this.
No, I made mine baseball
Tyler,
related.
Best part is I
You
had
made
the
it
Rays in
baseball
the
related. You
way.
made it UFC. I
That I
was
wanted.
hoping that Tyler was going to find a sport. Tyler was that guy that I thought he was going to be like, there's a horse racing thing, and I'm going to bet that this. Tyler would come up with some sport that none of us are thinking about.
What?
Some crazy bet.
To be fair, I'd probably be the one that come up with like a horse racing.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of
Looks
you,
like,
bro.
guys,
Guys,
it's plus 500.
That,
this camel
That
number
guy-
15. Listen,
yeah. Camel
Yeah.
number 15. You saw the humps. Those lovely lady lumps.
and,
Bet that camel.
and yes, I have bet on camel racing before.
That actually
In case you
happened.
didn't know. He's been there, done that. That's not new to him.
And I have
Not
won.
surprising.
You've won?
Yes, I've hit off one.
Oh,
Only one though. Only one.
Look for your
And I'll
camel
hold
bet.
that one
He
forever.
got you.
I see what you did there. With the
He
apple
said he's
pie.
going to eat him up like apple
I
pie.
see what you did there. Yo, turn the
I
fucking
also
song
saw
off.
that
No,
means kick
this is-
ass. Why the fuck can't
no.
nigga listen
Cut
and
this
catch a
shit.
fucking pass? Dakota Cougar just muck.
You gotta turn it off.
Ass.
You gotta turn it off.
I'm gonna copyright you, motherfuckers.
We are going far. Don't ask
Fine,
why.
use it.
We're gonna eat.
This is an original.
Like apple
Stop
pie.
it. Turn it off.
Ask, we're gonna go.
What? I
You gotta eat them up like apple pie.
had to make that fucking analogy, huh, Fuller? I think you've joined us for enough of the pod. You can log off now.
Who's that 7-year-old? Why is he swearing?
I honestly was
That
like,
was
God,
so funny.
I would be
bro.
honest. At first, I was like, "Who is this little fucker?" I was.
Who is that kid?
I was
Funnier
so
because
offended
it
by
was you, and you're like, why is little shit cussing? Why were you
Like, who the
cussing?
fuck is this little fuck?
I didn't like him. Then I realized it was me.
That's fucking great. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today on the 100th episode of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. Make sure you guys check out Six Pack Coverage as well, and we will see you guys next time.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Taking a quick break in the action here to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. Make sure you guys check out sixpackcoverage.com because, hey, that's where you find our podcast as well as other sports, finance, food, travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts for your own personal needs. You know, whatever you're into, hop on there, check it out. Sixpackcoverage.com also has a shop where you can shop for all your favorite six-pack coverage wants and needs like flags and t-shirts, including the Ride the Tide t-shirt, which is out now. Be sure to check out sixpackcoverage.com today.
So far, then after our games will muck you over with a car. Shit
They
is
need
getting
this.
crazy, shit is gonna get lit, cause everybody else in the
I don't
league
need
sucks dick. You know that is possible.
Turn
We
this
can
shit
go
off.
all the way.
Alright?
Don't be hate, cause we are gonna win
This is
states
actually
and
me.
this shit.
You guys
We
didn't know.
about to go
This is-
up,
that's
not
the
down,
joke.
cause we'll
The
put your
joke is
monkey
that
ass on the
This is
fucking
actually
ground.
our younger brother, Dylan. So, I don't know why the fuck everyone thinks this is me.
You know I muck, you know I grind. I'm the coolest kid in school that doesn't have a vine. I also saw that means kick ass. Why the fuck can't nigga listen and catch a fucking pass? Dakota Cougars just muck, we don't ask. JV and Varsity are both gonna kick ass. We are going far, don't ask why. We're gonna eat people up like apple pie.